Hey y'all, welcome back. Today's practice is all about steadiness and stability. So for today's opening meditation, we'll take our 3 minutes in silence as usual. However, I invite you to bring into your meditation a picture in your mind, a feeling in your heart of someone you have a steady love for, someone who reminds you of stability in your life. By calling these people or this experience to mind or feeling it inside your heart and your body, we can practice embodying that even more. Take a moment, think of someone you love, bring them into your practice, bring them into your meditation. When you're ready, take a comfortable seat, or you can always recline on your back. Take a few full and deep breaths to settle in and enjoy this 3 minutes of silent meditation. Final breath. Hold on to that steady feeling, that experience of stability and love as we bring ourselves to standing to begin our practice. Today's practice is going to be about creating stability. Some parts of our bodies, our minds are naturally a bit more stable. Some parts of the world tend to be a bit more stable. The earth element has a stability to it. However, not all the time, right? As we see right now, lots of things are changing in the world around us, in our own environment, perhaps even in our bodies, and we know that that will continue well beyond this particular phase. So stability, steadiness, can come also from a practiced experience. We can actually learn how to build steadiness, stability into our feeling, into our sense, into our bodies, and definitely into our minds. Stability, steadiness is different than rigidity. So even as we breathe and move, keep that in mind. Balance your effort with your ease, and understand that by holding ourselves in with a steadiness, by tending to not only our mind but our body with a steadfast stability, that we can bring a sense of firm, rooted connection, even in the midst of changing circumstance and things shifting and changing outside as well as inside our bodies. So here we go. 2 feet on the ground. Lift and spread your toes. While around a little bit on your feet, so kind of rotating, moving, feeling the inner outer edges, and already that's creating a bit of balance challenge and challenging our stability, our steadiness. So feel free to let yourself actually rock and roll and feel the edge of your stability, the edge of your balance. So this is another good time to check in, make sure you're not going to fall backwards and bash anything off the wall or wherever you are in your home. But give yourself some play in your knees, bend your knees, and move yourself around. This also challenges or just shifts our center of gravity. So you may notice as you go over to the right, the momentum pulls you that way. As you go over to the left, gravity pulls you that way, right? So as we add our dynamic movement and breath-based flow in our postures, continue to tune into that center of gravity that is unique to you, and let yourself be fluid with that. So as we challenge our steadiness, as we continue to build a sense of steadiness, we sometimes have to get over to our edges and feel ourselves shift into places of unsteadiness, to risk losing our stability to practice it. 2 feet on the ground, lift and spread your toes, and then settle them down onto the earth. Like a mountain, root down into the place where you touch the ground, but then rise up tall, full, mountain pose, Tadasana. Draw your skin to muscle, muscle to bone, squeeze your muscles in. And let's just practice not balancing our effort with our ease. Squeeze so tight, everything. Draw all the muscles in, and then release. Notice that. Bounce a little bit, release. Nice and shaky through all your limbs. And then reestablish steadiness. Lift and spread your toes, and then soften them down. Pour into the place where you touch the ground, and then rise up from there, full breath. One more time, over efforting. Squeeze all the muscles, maybe even find new ones you hadn't squeezed yet. And then release, and shake it out. All right, so balancing that effort with ease, 2 feet on the ground. Lift and spread your toes, and then anchor them softly without gripping too much. Shift the weight forward and back, right to left, until you find a balanced sense of steadiness on your own 2 feet. Root there. It will continue to change with your dynamic movement, with gravity, moving your center of gravity around. Take another full deep breath. And just do your best to stay steady here and balanced. Now gently hug your muscles in. Create a steadiness of connection, skin to muscle, muscle to bone, feet to the ground, and then breathe. Still fluid and soft, balancing that effort with your natural inhale and exhale. Mountain pose. Two more breaths here, letting your gaze even fall on one spot, creating a steady focus. remembering to keep this balanced effort, this steady ease. Settle into a deep bend in your knees. So we're moving towards Utkatasana, chair squat. As you reach your hips back, like you had a chair to sit into, settle into your legs a little more. Notice if your weight rocked forward, back, right, left on your feet, and do your best to balance it. Definitely your center of gravity has changed. So notice how your heart might have to bend forward, or your torso and heart moves forward, bends forward a little bit. Bring your hands to your heart center. Push your palms together. Draw your shoulder blades back. Inhale to lift your chest. Create a steadiness, not just in your body, but also in your breath. We're warming up the biggest muscles in our body right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're starting to feel your heart rate go up. We'll be here for a minute. Your temperature might be rising. So notice if all of a sudden there is a fluctuation in your mind of, get me out of here. Sit down a little bit deeper if you can, and steady your breath, steady your gaze. We'll move out of this in 5 more breaths. So maybe even use the pressure of your palms together, shoulders back. 3 more breaths, or the counting of your inhale and exhale to keep you steady and focused. 1 more breath. Final exhale, and then pour the weight into the feet. Inhale, stretch the arms up, reach up, full breath. Palms come together, exhale, heart center. And shake it out. Release, relax, soften the effort. Feet wider than hip distance apart. Move your hips side to side, move your chest side to side, and let your arms kind of just flop around a little bit. You might even notice as you're doing this that you can shift your weight side to side to help stay steady in your center of gravity, but go with the movements here. Notice if you're moving your arms with a sense of actually like using your muscles to move the arms around, and see if you can let go of that. Release that grip of the muscles or the mind to control things like your arms, and let them become like noodles. Your feet have you. Your legs have you. The center of gravity in your core can hold you. Let your arms be like noodles. A little bit more here. And then slow that down and come back to mountain pose. Both feet, again, underneath you. Lift and spread your toes, anchor to the ground. And now with a bit more intention and steadiness in your arms, lift your arms up overhead. Push down into the feet. Stretch up through the fingertips as well as the crown of the head. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Stretch up. And then exhale and bend over to the right. 2 breaths here. Steadiness in your legs, like you know how to keep. Skin to muscle, muscle to bone, root down to the place you touch the ground. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, let the arms float down. Same thing, second side. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, root to rise. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Exhale, crescent to the left. Steadiness in the lower body. Continue that steadiness up and out through the hips, through the arms. 1 more breath. Inhale, come all the way up. Soft exhale, release the arms. Utkatasana again. Sit down into your chair squat. This time stretch the arms up overhead. Steadiness in the legs. Exhale, sweep the arms back behind you. Reach through the fingertips, draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Stretch through the arms, heart moves forward. Sit down a little deeper into your legs. Steady lower body. Inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Exhale, 1 more time. Stay deep in your bend of knee, but reach your arms forward, back. Whoops. Reach back through the fingertips, draw the shoulder blades onto the back, lift the chest, and maybe even down into your low belly. See if you can draw in and up to extend the chest forward, and also to keep a steadiness in the low belly, low back. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. This time, exhale, forward fold. You can keep as deep of a bend in your knees as feels necessary to keep that length in the low back you just created. Release head, neck, and shoulders. And breathe deeply. You might even add a little bit of bounce here to see if we can soften any amount of extra tension we just built in that steadiness practice. One more breath. Pour the weight down into the feet, and then when you're ready, sweep the arms up, sit down into your chair squat. Again, Utkatasana. Here we are, nice and steady. Full deep breath. Bring the palms back to heart center again. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the hands up the knees, shoulder blades on the back. Low belly strong. Exhale, forward fold. Sweep all the way up into your chair squat. Inhale. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Straightening out through the legs if you wish. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulder blades onto the back. Exhale, fold. Pour the weight into the feet. Inhale, sweep up. Final time here, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale into the chest. Complete exhale, steadiness in the feet. And then inhale, stretch all the way up. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, arms up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, stretch up, reach up, exhale, crescent to the right. Steadiness in both feet. Now shift your weight to your left foot. Find your left foot with your inner eye, with your inner sense, move the weight onto it. Reach out continually through the left hand, steady your left leg. You might even bend the knee a little bit so you can receive the full body weight, and then play with tapping your right toe or lifting it up completely. Challenging not only your sense of steadiness, your center of gravity, but also perhaps a nice sense of humor. Find a little bit of play as you take 2 more breaths here. Maybe lifting your right leg out as you extend even more through the left arm. 1 more breath. Bring everything back to center, right foot on the ground, full breath. Exhale, fold. Release your head, your neck, your shoulders. Any effort or tension or critical self-talk about how that balance went. 1 more full breath. Okay, create your steadiness in your feet. Pour the weight into the ground. Inhale, Utkatasana chair squat. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feel the pressure, the intensity in your legs. Stand down into that. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms come up. Exhale, grab right wrist with the left hand. Stretch up. And crescent over to the left. Now, as we're about to challenge again our balance, our center of gravity, let your gaze rest on one point. Focus with steadiness in your eyes. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Remember, you can play with bending the right knee, shifting your weight right or front to back, side to side. When you're ready, stand into the right leg and play with lifting the left. Gentle nod again towards the low belly, drawing in towards your center for greater stability, steadiness. And then lift that left leg, any amount. Give yourself some challenge, some room to play, while creating a sense of stability. even though you've only got one foot on the ground. 2 more breaths. Everything draws back to center on an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Release it all. Pour your weight into your feet. Inhale, come halfway up. Draw the shoulders onto the back. Exhale, forward fold. Pour the weight into the feet. Inhale, final time here. Utkatasana, stretch up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Full and deep breath here. Complete exhale, final sit down, and then inhale, stretch up, reach up, and exhale, mountain pose. Feel the way things have changed, shifted inside of you. Maybe notice where there's a bit more heat, tension, steadiness. Notice if the heart rate, your heart rate, has changed or shifted. All right, let's bring this stability of gaze, of mind, of breath and body into a few more postures for today. Hands at heart center, mountain pose. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward, downward facing dog pose. Walk the feet back. Steadiness in your hands and your feet. Stability in your arms and your legs. Breathe deeply. Just as we did in the beginning of practice, bring a bend into your knees so that you can lengthen out through the low back. Don't forget about the stability of your low belly here, but also the fluidity of your breath. Move around a little bit. Find your balance, your center of gravity, and your ease in the posture. One more breath. Look forward to your hands. Step your right foot forward. Left knee can always come down for more stability, or you're welcome to lift the left knee up. Crescent lunge, hands up to the right thigh. Steadiness in your legs can help to squeeze them towards one another, balancing that effort. Remember, softening away from rigidity and more towards steadiness. Once you're steady, inhale, arms up overhead. 2 more breaths here, holding this steady lunging posture, pressing down into where you touch the ground. You can always bring a little bend into the back knee, or it can be down even on a blanket underneath you. On your exhale, hands down around the right foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left, plank pose. Steadiness in your hands and your arms. You can always drop your knees to bring more steadiness accessible to your core and strength into your low back. Pull your hands and your knees, if they're down, or feet towards one another, towards your center of gravity. Push down into whatever's touching the ground and lengthen through your entire torso. Steadiness, stability, strength, and one more breath. Hips back, downward facing dog pose. 2 breaths here. Perhaps move the hips side to side, or bend your knees and bounce a little bit to soften any extra tension. And then when you're ready, look forward to your hands. Step the left foot forward. Right knee stays lifted, or you can always lower it. When you are steady, stable, hands up onto the thigh, and come into your crescent lunge pose. You know we'll be here for a few breaths, but instead of coming and staying rigid in your shape and your posture, clinging to balance or the element of control. So if you can breathe a little bit more of fluidity into your shape, so maybe bend the left knee a little bit or the back knee, move your hips a little bit side to side. When you are stable, steady, and if you wish, lift the arms. 2 more breaths. Exhale, hands down around the left foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Once again, we find stability in our plank pose. Strong legs, strong arms. Soften your gaze down to the place right in between your thumbs and reach to the crown of your head and through your heels. Again, if your knees are lowered, lengthen still even through the top of your head and back through the bottom of your pelvis, back through the heels. 2 more breaths. Knees lifted or lowered. On your next exhale, bend your elbows and try to keep this buoyancy and strength in the low belly. Hands and knees or feet pull towards one another as you exhale, lower all the way down. Final exhale here. Let yourself settle, forehead towards the ground. Bring the hands back behind you, palms down to the earth. Push down into the tops of the feet. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Push the palms down. Keep the forehead down, the gaze down, but inhale, lift up through the back of the head. Draw the shoulder blades back. Maybe even here, start to lift the hands up off the ground. Lengthen through the tailbone. Draw lots of strength into your back, especially between the shoulder blades. The low belly even lifts up to strengthen the low back. And continue to extend through the crown of your head. Push down into the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift more through the torso. And then exhale, lower everything back down. You can bring the forehead onto the ground, or if you wish, make a pillow, one cheek to the side. 2 breaths. Belly down, back bend again. This version of belly down back bend can often lead to over-efforting in the glutes and even in the neck and in the jaw. So as you prepare, settle to the tops of the feet onto the ground, the knees down even, lengthen through the tailbone, lift the low belly up. When you're ready, push down into the hands, draw the shoulders up first. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Already that's a bit of tension in the back body. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head as you inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms, reach back through the arms, reach long through the fingers. Now, if you wish, you can inhale and lift your legs up behind you and keep extending through the toes. I happen to be running into the wall behind me, so I can actually push into the wall. But if you don't have a wall there, keep extending as if you did, reaching back through the feet. Inhale 2 more times, up through the heart, through the crown of the head. Tune into the effort in the back of your body. And exhale, let it all the way soften. Opposite cheek down to a pillow. You can stack your hands. And this time now, shake a little bit. Wiggle your hips side to side, let the feet go, let the legs go. Release any tension. Final time here, creating a steadiness. Now again, bring to mind balancing effort with ease. We can tend to over-effort in this belly down back bend, especially because it's hard to breathe. Our lungs are actually smashing into the ground, at least the front part of them are. So bring a bit of ease into this, and when you're ready, bring your hands back down by your side, forehead to the ground. Use your breath. Do what you need to do to create stability in your low belly, length throughout the entire back, and as you're ready, inhale, lift up, full Shalabhasana. Extend back through the arms. Reach out through the feet. Steady muscles, skin to muscle, muscle to bone. Reach through the head. We're going to add a little bit of movement here so we can balance releasing with then re-engaging steadiness. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lower up, or lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. A few more times here, following your breath. Exhale to lower. Inhale, feel like you're actually lifting up, becoming lighter with the lift, rather than more tense, more rigid. See if you can bring a softness even to this engagement. Let's do 3 more times. Inhale and exhale. Utilize the entirety of your muscles. Notice if there's one part of your body that feels like it's trying to do all the work, and see if you can soften that area. The next time you exhale and lower, inhale to lift for your final time and hold. 2 more breaths. Bring the tops of your feet to the mat. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Push your knees down. Exhale, lift up through all 4s and bring your hips towards your heels. Child's pose. Perhaps move the hips side to side or push the hands steadily into the ground as you reach your hips back. You can widen your knees if you want a little more space in between your thighs and for your belly. Push into the hands. Inhale, walk your hands over to the right. Breathe into the left side of your lungs, the left side of your waistline. Reach through the left hand. Walk your hands back through center. Notice as you've shifted your center of gravity, if there's any shift or change in your feeling. Walk your hands over to the left. We're very close to the earth now. Push into the stability of the ground with the tops of your shins, tops of your feet, the hands. Reach long through the right arm, the right hip, and breathe. Inhale, walk yourself back to center. Draw yourself up. All 4, push down into your hands, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog pose. 2 more breaths. Steadiness, especially where you touch the ground. Bring that steadiness from your hands, from your feet, up through the arms and the legs. And as you're ready, walk the hands and the feet towards one another, forward fold in the middle of your mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to keep length and strength in your low back and belly. Release the head, neck, shoulders. Press into the feet. Inhale, come halfway up, shoulder blades onto the back. Same action we did on the low belly back bend. Exhale to fold. Inhale, pour the weight into the feet. Stretch the arms all the way up as you inhale. And exhale, hands, heart center. Release the hands, mountain pose. Step the right foot forward. Left foot's back, still in the middle of your mat. We're gonna move into one final balancing posture, Warrior 3. Put a little bend into your right knee. So once again, you're preparing yourself. You know we're gonna shift our center of gravity, shift our weight. So find a comfortable stance in your right foot, lift and spread the toes without clenching them, place them on the ground. And then from here, you're gonna shift the weight forward, swing your left leg forward and then back. Do that a couple times. So here we're simply creating that little edge practice of going right to the edge of our stability as we build our steadiness. Pick a gazing point in front of you. Notice how your arms are responding to this change in balance. As the leg goes forward now, I want you to match it by going backwards. So you're like swinging a little pendulum. Your heart will go forward. The torso moves to help maintain that leverage of stability. Right? One more. And then place the left foot back in the middle of the mat. Step your right foot back to meet it. Okay, moving again, progressing towards warrior three. Step the left foot forward. Root into the left foot. Stabilize. And when you're ready, swing your right foot. So now you know where we're going, right? So you might be able to feel the way that your muscles respond, or your brain already gets you ready for what's coming. Stay present in your left leg. Stay rooted in your left foot, as well as feel the dynamic quality of balance that your arms are moving towards, that your gaze helps you find. Because you know that after maybe one or two more, we're going to add that lever, the pendulum swing now. Ready? Right leg back, forward and back, forward and back. Notice if your left toes started gripping, if the left knee is automatically bending a little bit to help you find your stability. This is already ways that you know, your body knows how to find balance. Final time. Step the right foot back. Middle of your mat, left foot steps back. Great. Now, we'll go more consciously. We'll create this shape with a little more intention, right? So warrior three. As you're ready, step the right foot forward. Bend into your right knee. Pour your weight there. Inhale, stretch your arms up. This time, exhale, bring hands to heart center. Lift the chest into the hands. Draw the shoulders back like we did in our belly down back bend. Little bit of a nod towards the low belly. Keep that length and strength in the low back, low belly. When you're ready, step the weight into the right foot. Keep extending through the left leg as you go right back, moving the heart forward, the crown of the head forward. Like we did in our belly down back bend, bring the gaze down. Press more up and out through the back of the head, the top of the head, as you extend back, reach back through your left foot. One more breath here. Reground the left foot. Lift the chest. Release the hands. Step the right foot back. Shake it out. Second side. Right foot to the ground. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Do what you need to do to find steadiness and stability. When you're ready, weight into the left foot, extension through the right leg. Use your gaze to help you steady and extend through the crown of the head, the back foot. Bring some element of what you have practiced in all the other shapes into this moment. One more steadying breath. And then reground your right foot. Release your arms. Step the left foot back. Shake it out. Okay. Final time. Warrior three. You might even play with using a chair to help steady yourself, or back of a couch or anything like this. So I'm going to shift to the side so you can see how I would use this prop, but you're welcome to use even a wall back behind you with your foot pressing into the wall. Here we go. When you are ready, shift the right foot forward. Step onto the right foot. Inhale, lift the arms up. Hands, heart center. We're going to add a little bit of dynamic quality of movement in the arms options. So when you're ready, warrior 3. Extend the arms back, reach through the arms as we did earlier. Or bring hands heart center and extend the hands forward, the arms forward, perhaps even holding on to the back of a chair, the back of a couch, as you extend and move the arms and the legs towards being even along the horizon. You can also use the bottom of the chair to push your hands down and lift your chest forward, shoulder blades on the back like we did in our belly down back bend. Steadiness in the right leg. Take a few more breaths, maybe even bringing that bend into the right knee to challenge your balance, but to also move the center of gravity around and feel the wobbles leading towards steadiness. Bring everything back to center on your inhale and release. Shake it out. Any excess tension softens away. Apply what you learned. Release any critique or anything excess. And let's do second side, final time. Left foot steps forward. When you're ready, go for it. Warrior 3. Playing, challenging, breathing your way towards a steady, focused balance. For your final 3 breaths, is there anywhere you can soften or strengthen to find your center, your steadiness? Use an inhale to come back and an exhale to release. And then one final progression down to our backs, finally. 2 feet on the ground, lift and spread the toes. Soften the toes to the ground. Steadiness in your feet. Rise with that steadiness all the way through the body. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands forward, the feet back. Downward facing dog pose. Draw the shoulders again over the wrists. This time, push into the hands, the feet. Draw the hands and the feet towards one another. Slowly bend your knees as you continue to pull the hands and feet towards the center. Draw the belly up. Exhale, slowly place your knees on the ground. Untuck your toes. And once again, child's pose. Press hips back to heels. Two more breaths. Slow and steady. Draw your shoulders back up over the wrists. Cross the shins behind you. Roll back. Let the feet come forward. Draw yourself forward and then recline onto your backs. Draw the shoulder blades underneath you, spinning the palms up towards the ceiling. Bring your feet underneath your knees. Take a deep and full inhale, and as you exhale, settle your body down towards the ground. Notice how you feel the sense of stability from the ground underneath you. You can wiggle a little bit or let your knees move side to side to let your body settle, your low back settle. A couple more breaths here. Bring a sense of stability and steadiness into your feet, just as you did in our standing postures. Bring your elbows next to your rib cage and point your fingertips towards the ceiling. Press firmly into the backs of your arms, including your elbows, as if they were like your 2 feet on the ground. Let this stability help you lift your chest up and then draw your shoulder blades a little bit closer towards one another, opening up through the collarbones. Press the back of your head down and lift your chin away from your chest. As you continue with these points of stability and steadiness, use your inhale to start lifting the hips up towards the ceiling and breathing fullness into your chest. Push down into the foundation of the posture and lift up from that steadiness. As the hips lift, reach through the knees. As the hips lift, breathe into the chest. Creating a bridge out of your body, reach the heart and the knees away from one another. 2 more breaths here. As you exhale and slowly release the hips back down, keep reaching the knees away from one another, the chest staying lifted all the way back down. Release the hands, windshield wiper the knees side to side. We'll take one more bridge pose here. Stabilize your feet, the backs of the arms, and the back of your head. With that steadiness, inhale, lift up, bridge pose. We'll stay here for about 5 more breaths. If you wish, you can grab the outer edges of your mat or roll your shoulders underneath you, palms up towards the ceiling a little bit more. Root into the places you touch the ground. Reach the heart and the knees away from one another. Another full and deep breath, and then slowly exhale and release the hips down, staying steady through your legs, through your chest. Either windshield wiper the knees or draw the knees up towards the chest, hands to the fronts of the knees, push knees into hands, hands into knees, and you can roll a little bit, giving yourself a little back massage, rocking side to side. With all this practice of stability and steadiness, we'll counter that now with a little bit of freedom. So on your back, you may choose to windshield wiper the knees with a little bit more width between the feet, or you can choose a supine twist, a twist on your back, or maybe hugging one knee up to the chest as you extend the other leg. Here, feel into your body, into your muscles, your joints. Feel into your energy level and just choose something. Free movement. Choose something that might feel soothing or nurturing. Anything else you might need to wiggle out, to loosen up, to release before you extend. Right leg and then left leg. Shoulder blades again underneath you. We'll go all the way back now to the very first thing we did, over-efforting, squeezing our muscles. We'll do that 2 more times to really truly practice moving all the way to the other side of the spectrum and releasing. Squeeze the muscles in, squeeze skin to muscle, muscle to bone. Exhale, release. Feel that tension dissolve away from the core of your body, spanning out through the muscles. And then one more time, conscious tension. Pull everything in, squeeze. And feel yourself exhale now, release. Total softness. If you need to wiggle at all or move, adjust anything, feel free to do so. Our final resting pose, our final relaxation. Once again here, the center of gravity, settling down towards the ground. With your eyes closed, relax your vision. If possible, keep your eyes steady. Oftentimes our eyes can move behind our eyelids. While that can be a sign of activity in the mind, with a gentleness, encourage your eyes to soften, to settle in, so that our mind can also soften. Now release any demands or following any cues, and simply let your body, your mind, your eyes rest. Breathe naturally and fully. Continuing to breathe naturally. Bring again your awareness to the place where you touch the ground, back of your head, the back of your arms and hands, the places in your back that touch the ground, the back of your pelvis, back of your legs and feet. Experience a sense of steadiness as you connect in to the ground. And from this stability, there's the rise and fall of your breath. Inhale more deeply now. Take a full and deep breath. Notice how you rise up from the ground with that, through the chest, through the belly. Open your mouth, exhale. 2 more like that. Final one. Move your fingers, your toes. Stretch out any way you wish. Bend your knees. Roll over onto either side and pause there for a moment. And when you're ready, push yourself all the way back up. Take a comfortable seat with your legs crossed. Eyes can stay softly closed or your gaze lowered. Bring your hands onto your knees. Take a moment and notice how it feels to hold yourself upright again. Acknowledge your efforts, your practice, the time you carved out to build in a sense of stability, of steadiness to your body, to your mind. And may that steadiness find its way into the rest of your day. When you're ready, bring your hands to your heart center. Press your palms together. Take a deep and full breath in and out. Open your eyes. Thanks for practicing. Peace.